Rachel Torres looks up to the sky after every victory on NFL fields and whispers the same thing. This was for you, Dad, because her father, Miguel Torres, would never see Rachel's NFL dream come true. Cancer took him away just 3 days before Rachel signed her first NFL contract. But this story isn't just about loss. This is the story of how love is stronger than death, how fathers' spirits continue to live on in their daughters. Rachel Torres was 22 and life was perfect. She was a senior at the University of Michigan and the team's star goalkeeper. NFL scouts were starting to come watch her play. Her father, Miguel Torres, would sit in the front row at every game, watching his daughter with pride. Miguel Torres was Rachel's biggest supporter. He was a retired construction worker and the person who taught Rachel how to play football when she was little. "Mija," he would say, "you're not just a girl who plays football. You're going to be an athlete who makes history." When Rachel came home after Michigan's last game, she noticed the redness in her mother Maria's eyes. "Mom, what happened? Why are you crying?" "Rachel, sit down. We need to talk with your father." Miguel was trying to smile, but there was sadness in his eyes. "Mi amor, we need to tell you something." "What happened, Dad?" "The doctors found pancreatic cancer in me." Rachel's world collapsed in an instant. "What? That's impossible. You exercise every day. You live healthy." Miguel took his daughter's hands. "Life is sometimes unfair, mija. But I won't go anywhere until I see you become an NFL player. You'll get treatment, right? You'll start chemotherapy?" "Of course I will. But Rachel, if something happens..." "Nothing will happen," Rachel shouted. "You're my dad. You can't go anywhere without me." That night, Rachel cried herself to sleep. She didn't know how to deal with this news during the happiest period of her life. Miguel Torres's chemotherapy started. Rachel went to Detroit every weekend to see her father. Miguel's strong body was starting to weaken with the treatment, but his spirit was still strong. "How are the trainings going, mija?" "Going well, Dad, but I can't concentrate because I'm thinking about you." "Listen to me, Rachel." Miguel became serious. "This disease is my problem, not yours. You will continue chasing your dream. NFL scouts are coming to watch you. You can't miss this chance." "But Dad..." "No buts. If you give up your dreams because of me, that would cause me the greatest pain. I'm living right now to see you play in the NFL." When Rachel saw the determination in her father's eyes, she started crying. "I promise, Dad, but you'll also fight to get better." "Deal," said Miguel with a smile. But the chemotherapy didn't seem to be going as well as expected. Miguel was losing strength, and the doctor looked more worried at each checkup. Rachel's final season at the University of Michigan was both perfect and painful for her. She was playing better than ever on the field, as if she was finding extra strength to earn her father's pride, but she could see her father less and less in the stands. Miguel was now having trouble coming to games due to the side effects of chemotherapy. But every game he attended, Rachel could hear his voice. "Vamos, Rachel! Mi campeona!" The most critical game of the season was against Ohio State. If they won this game, they would go to the playoffs. Rachel would play this game while her father was in the hospital. On game day morning, she visited her father in the hospital. Miguel had lost a lot of weight, but his eyes were still bright. "Today's the big day, mija." "Dad, maybe I should skip this game. I want to be with you." "Nonsense. You're going out on that field and you're going to win. I'll watch you from here on television." "But..." "Rachel, make me a promise." "What?" "Every goal you save will be for me, and when you win, you'll lift that cup for me." Rachel kissed her father while crying. "I promise, Dad." The game was very tough. Ohio State was a strong team, and Rachel conceded 2 goals in the first half because her concentration was on her father. In the locker room, her teammates approached her. "Rachel, we know the situation with your dad, but right now the team needs you." "You're right," said Rachel. "The second half will be different." And it was. Rachel made magnificent saves in the second half. The team came back to win 3-2. After the game, Rachel sent a message to her father on camera. "This is for you, Dad." When she went to the hospital that night, Miguel greeted her with tears in his eyes. "Mija, I'm so proud." The most difficult period for Rachel began before the draft. Her father's condition was getting worse, but Miguel wouldn't let his daughter's attention be distracted. "Rachel, the NFL scouts really liked you. What does your agent say?" "He says I could be selected around the 3rd round." "That's magnificent. You'll be the first Latina NFL goalkeeper." "Dad, I just want you to get better." Miguel took his daughter's hand. His hands were very weak now. "Mija, listen to me carefully. If something happens—" "Dad, please. No, listen to me. If something happens, you will continue playing in the NFL. You'll remember me in every game, and you'll know that I'm watching you." "Dad, you're not going anywhere. Rachel, promise me, no matter what happens, you won't give up on your dreams." "I promise, Dad." But Miguel's condition was getting worse every day. The doctors were no longer speaking optimistically. When NFL draft day came, Rachel was sitting by her father's hospital bed. Miguel was very weak now, but his consciousness was clear. "Today's the big day," Miguel whispered. "Dad, I'm staying here. I won't watch the draft." "Nonsense. You're going home and watching the draft with your family. This is our day." Rachel reluctantly went home. While sitting in front of the television waiting, the phone rang. It was the doctor. "Rachel, you need to come to the hospital immediately. Your father's condition is very bad." Rachel immediately ran to the hospital, but it was too late. Miguel Torres had passed away without seeing his daughter's NFL draft. Rachel collapsed in her father's room and started crying. "Dad, you were going to watch me. You were going to see me become an NFL player." At that moment, her phone rang. It was her agent. "Rachel, the Dallas Wranglers selected you in the 3rd round. You're an NFL player." But Rachel couldn't answer. On her happiest day, she had experienced her greatest loss. Hundreds of people came to Miguel Torres's funeral. Rachel's university teammates, coaches, neighborhood residents. Miguel was loved by everyone. Rachel gave a speech at the funeral. "My father was my biggest supporter. I built my NFL dream together with him. Now he's not here, but I know he's watching me, and I will play in the NFL for his memory." After the funeral, Rachel had a big question in her mind. Should she go to the NFL, or should she stay with her mother? "Mija," said her mother Maria, "you know what your father would say. Go and fulfill his dream." "But Mom, you'll be alone." "I'm a strong woman, and your father and I always talked about this when he was here. You will go and become a champion." That night, while Rachel was sitting in her father's room looking at old football photos, in one of them, her father had photographed her playing football for the first time when she was 8 years old. Miguel was smiling while Rachel was kicking the ball. "Okay, Dad," she whispered, "I'm going to Dallas, and I'll play in your name." When Rachel went to the Dallas Wranglers training camp, she felt both excited and sad. This was her childhood dream, but she wanted her father by her side. In her first meeting with Coach Martinez, "Rachel, I heard about your situation. I'm very sorry for the loss of your father." "Thank you, Coach, but I'm ready." "I know you're a strong girl, but if you need time, don't hesitate to tell me." In the first training, Rachel had trouble concentrating. Other players tried to talk to her, but she was withdrawn. Team captain Jake Morrison approached her. "Hey, Rachel, I'm Jake." "Welcome." "Hello, Jake. I know you're going through tough times, but we're a family here. We're always with you." "Thank you." But Rachel didn't feel like she belonged to the team. Everything seemed meaningless without her father. The first game of the season was against the Seattle Seahawks. Rachel was the backup goalkeeper, but due to starting goalkeeper David Rodriguez's injury, she entered the game at the last minute. When she stepped onto the field, she looked at the stands. There were 70,000 people, but she was only looking for one person, her father. The first quarter was tough. Rachel couldn't concentrate. She was hesitating even on simple saves. When she conceded the first goal, boos came from the stands. What is this rookie doing? Why is the coach playing her? During halftime, she sat alone in the locker room. She opened her phone and read her father's last message. "Mija, I know you'll make me proud no matter what. I love you." After reading that message, Rachel suddenly changed. "No," she thought. "My father said I would make him proud, and I won't disappoint him." When the second half started, Rachel was a completely different player. With every save, she thought of her father, imagining him watching with pride. In the last minute of the game, the Seahawks caught a critical position. Russell Martinez took a powerful shot inside the penalty box. Rachel threw herself on the ball and made a magnificent save. The stadium stood up. Her teammates ran to her, and Rachel smiled for the first time after her father's death. The game ended with a 21-14 Dallas victory. Rachel's saves had carried her team to victory. At the post-game press conference, a journalist asked, "Rachel, how was your first game after your father's death?" Rachel stood at the microphone. Her eyes filled with tears, but she spoke with a strong voice. "My father always told me, Rachel, no matter what life throws at you, you stand up and fight. Today, I played for him, and I will play for him in every game." As the season progressed, Rachel's performance went up and down. Some days she played magnificently, some days her longing for her father weighed heavily on her. Home games were especially harder, because she was always looking for the place where her father would sit in the stands. In the game against the Denver Broncos, Rachel was having a bad day. They had conceded 3 goals and the team was down 0-3. The fans were booing Rachel, shouting, "Rookie, go home!" During halftime, Rachel was sitting in the corner of the locker room crying. Coach Martinez came to her. "Rachel, what's happening?" "Coach, I can't do it. My father isn't here to support me. I'm just a 22-year-old girl, and this is too big for me." "Wait," said the coach. "What would your father say to you right now?" Rachel thought. "He would say, 'Stand up and fight.' Then get up and fight. The team needs you." In the second half, Rachel recovered. She made 2 critical saves and the team finished 3-3 tied. But the real change came from the players. Jake Morrison approached her after the game. "Rachel, we can never be your real family. But we're behind you here. Your father may not be here, but we are." From that night on, Rachel began to feel like part of the team. The last games of the season were critical. They needed to win the last 3 games to make the playoffs. The first game was against the Philadelphia Eagles. This was Miguel's favorite opponent because the Eagles had a historic past. Before the game, Rachel visited her father's grave. "Dad, today we're playing against the Eagles. You always dreamed of me playing against them. I hope you're watching me." In that game, Rachel gave the best performance of her career. She made 12 saves and the team won 2-0. The second game was against the Green Bay Packers. This game was very tough. It was snowing and windy. It was difficult to play in harsh weather conditions. In the last minute of the game, the score was 14-14. The Packers won a penalty. Aaron Rodgers came up to take the shot. He was one of the best in the NFL. Rachel stood on the goal line. At that moment, she seemed to hear her father's voice. "Concentrate, mija. You can do it." Rodgers took the shot. It was a powerful shot, going to the top right corner. Rachel threw herself in that direction with all her strength. The ball touched the tips of her fingers and hit the post and went out. The stadium went crazy. Rachel fell to the ground and looked at the sky. "This was for you, Dad. The last game was against the New York Giants for a playoff ticket. If they won this game, they would go to the playoffs." The game was very emotional. Rachel remembered her father with every save, feeling his pride. In the last quarter, Dallas was ahead 21-17, but the Giants scored a last-minute goal and the score became 21-21. They went to overtime. The first series was Dallas's. They scored a touchdown, 28-21. Now it was the Giants' turn. If they scored a touchdown, the overtime would continue. The Giants came up to the 15-yard line. Last play. Quarterback Eli Manning took a shot. The ball was coming to the goalkeeper. Rachel felt time slow down. At that moment, she remembered all her father's words. "You're going to be an athlete who makes history, Mija." The ball came. Rachel jumped high and caught the ball. The moment she caught it, she fell to the ground but didn't let go of the ball. The sirens sounded. The game was over. The Dallas Wranglers had made the playoffs. Her teammates carried Rachel on their shoulders. The stands had gone crazy, and Rachel looked at the sky through tears. "We did it, Dad. We made the playoffs." The first round of the playoffs was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rachel had now become an experienced player. Her father's death had strengthened her. In the pregame team talk, Coach Martinez said, "This team has achieved a lot this season, and much of it came from Rachel's courage. Rachel stood up. Coach, teammates, this journey isn't just mine. It's all of ours, and I'm playing for you too, because you became my new family. They won that game 35-10. Rachel gave a perfect performance. The second round was against the San Francisco 49ers. This was a harder game. The 49ers had a strong offense. The game came to the final minutes with Dallas leading 24-21. But the 49ers scored in the last 2 minutes, 28-24. Dallas's last drive started. There were 2 minutes left and they needed to score a touchdown. Jake Morrison made a magnificent drive and scored a touchdown, 31-28. Only 45 seconds remained. Now it was the defense's turn. The 49ers could make one more drive. Their quarterback Jimmy Martinez advanced with quick plays, 20, 30, 40 yards. Finally, they managed to enter the red zone. Last play. 15 seconds remained. Martinez took a shot. Rachel saved that ball, and the team advanced to the NFC Championship game. The NFC Championship game was against the Los Angeles Rams. Whoever won this game would go to the Super Bowl. Before the game, Rachel looked at her father's photo. Dad, 1 game left. If we win this game, we'll go to the Super Bowl. You always dreamed of this. The game was one of the toughest in history. Both teams played magnificently. The first half ended 14-14. In the second half, the Rams took the lead 21-14. But Dallas scored 2 touchdowns in the last quarter, 28-21. In the last 5 minutes, the Rams scored the tying goal, 28-28. They would go to overtime. For the NFC Championship, Dallas took the first series. Jake Morrison made a magnificent drive and scored a touchdown, 35-28. Now it was the Rams' turn to respond. If they scored a touchdown, the game would continue. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford started a very good drive, 10, 20, 30 yards. They entered the red zone. In the last play, Stafford's shot came. Rachel saved it again. The siren sounded. The Dallas Wranglers had become NFC champions. They were going to the Super Bowl. At that moment, Rachel collapsed to the ground and started crying. Her teammates ran to her, and Rachel looked at the sky. Dad, we're going to the Super Bowl. You always dreamed of this moment. The 2 weeks before the Super Bowl were very emotional for Rachel. The media was constantly telling her story. Rookie who lost her father to cancer goes to the Super Bowl. But Rachel wasn't bothered by this situation because she wanted her father's story to be told. She gave an interview on ESPN. My father, Miguel Torres, was my biggest supporter. This Super Bowl is dedicated to his memory. I hope he's watching me with pride. In the final training sessions before the Super Bowl, Rachel looked calm and peaceful. When her teammates asked her, "Are you excited?" Zrenya, she would say, "No, because my father is with me." On Super Bowl morning, Rachel woke up early and called her father's grave. Dad, today's the big day. You may not be here, but I feel you. Today, I'll play for you. Super Bowl 57, Dallas Wranglers versus Kansas City Chiefs. The 80,000 capacity Hard Rock Stadium was packed. As Rachel walked onto the field, she saw a banner in the stands. Miguel Torres lives in spirit for Rachel. This banner had been opened by Miguel's former work colleagues. The first half was very competitive. The Chiefs took the lead 14-10. Rachel had made several critical saves, but the team was still behind. During halftime, Rachel sat in the locker room. Coach Martinez came to her. "How are you?" "I'm fine, Coach, but my father really wanted this moment." "Rachel, your father is with you right now. Do you feel it?" "Yes, I feel it." In the second half, Dallas came back. Jake Morrison threw 2 touchdown passes, 24-14. But the Chiefs came back in the last quarter. Patrick Mahomes scored 2 touchdowns with magnificent plays, 28-24 Chiefs. 3 minutes remained. Dallas's last drive. Jake Morrison gave an incredible performance. He went 75 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds and scored a touchdown, 31-28 Dallas. Only 15 seconds remained, but the Chiefs could still score a touchdown with a quick play. Mahomes threw a long pass to Tyreek Hill on the last play. The ball was coming. When Rachel saw that ball, she felt time stop. She seemed to hear her father's voice. You can do it, mija. You are very strong. Rachel threw herself on the ball. The ball was slipping between her hands, but she didn't let go. And she caught it. The siren sounded. The Dallas Wranglers had become Super Bowl champions. Rachel fell to the ground and started crying. Her teammates ran to her, and for the first time since her father's death, Rachel was completely happy. While lifting the Lombardi trophy, she looked at the sky. This is for you, Dad. We finally did it. At the post-Super Bowl press conference, Rachel was asked, "What does this victory mean for your father?" Rachel answered while crying, "My father always taught me this. When we lose our loved ones, we don't forget them. We keep their memory alive. I feel my father with me in every game, and I dedicate this Super Bowl to him." What advice do you have for young people in the same situation? I can say this: losses don't come to destroy us. They come to strengthen us. When our loved ones die, their spirit continues to live within us. And the best way to keep their memory alive is to fulfill the dreams they wanted for us.